Well, we're going live. We're live, Lance.
All right, man.
We're live on the big Facebook here. So I got on the screen the new IBCA scoring system. I don't know if you can see it or not, but
yes, sir, I can. I'm glad we're going to talk about that tonight.
Yeah, I thought this was pretty big news. We might should cover that first. IBCA is going to have a new top 10 overall scoring system based upon points and your top 12 cooks from what I was reading.
Yes, sir.
So it's going to be a little different. Just not who cooks the most, but who can be consistent out of 12 cook-offs. So it's a little bit different of a style there on the IBCA side for that.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so they're going to have a 2 times multiplier all the way up to
125? No, 75.
100 teams.
100 teams, that's right.
Yep.
I looked at that day, I couldn't remember.
Yep. So you can't have more than 150 max bonus points. So I'm not sure how that works with the 2 times multiplier, because that would be 200. So it's really 75.
Right.
So
yeah, he kind of went into that a little bit more. He gave a couple examples, and so cause I was thinking the same thing you were at first, and I was like, well, 200 points is a big deal. 100 points is a big deal.
Right.
I mean that's 1,200 points.
Yeah, across the course of it.
Yeah.
That's a lot across the course of 12 cook-offs. So is this going to drive?
We're like in West Texas, we're averaging, let's say, 30 teams.
Yeah, so you're going to get 60 bonus points.
Yep.
So is this going to drive people to cook bigger contests?
That's what I'm kind of curious to see. I mean, this is kind of one of them deals that went on before, even in KTBS, when they had the 50 team deal, and it killed some of the smaller contests. So I don't know. I mean, I want to give it a shot. I think it's a step in the right direction. So, I mean, we'll give it a year and see what happens. I mean, time will tell on this deal.
Right. It's not just going to be the guy that can, well, I shouldn't say that. You have to be a good cook and cook a shit ton. It's not just going to be that guy anymore. This kind of even the playing field a little bit. But I heard them talking about they went back and ran some historics, and like last year with this system, Matias still would have won. So, it's just like anything else. You're still going to have to get out there and cook 30 to get 12 good ones in there. So
yeah, unless you're just a big badass, you can do it in 12. But I mean that's the hard part about it. I seen Jason Segmeyer posted today. That's his last name. I may have butchered that, but anyways, I think that was number 39 for him this weekend. All these guys that say, I had a guy tell me that he done it in 20 last year and he was in the top 10 of IBCA. I'm going to call bullshit on that one.
Yeah, because 20, if you had 20 points a contest, that's 400 points. And I don't think 400 even gets you in there.
It's pretty, 390, I think this year, you're right at the edge of it.
Yeah, and that's averaging 20 points per contest.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that does that.
I went back and looked at mine. I mean, just for shits and grins on that deal. I mean, because I was looking to see kind of how we'd end up at the end of the year on this deal, since there's one cook-off left. And Christy had already posted all the results from Spur and stuff yesterday. So I think I cooked 9 or 10. I believe there was 10 that I cooked this year in IBCA from July 1st to essentially Lovington, because Lovington was our last one that we cooked. And so if you did that out of 167 points, that was 16.7 points per cook off. Wouldn't do it.
Nope.
You know? So, yeah. I mean, that was the deal. I mean, 16 points is not a bad average, but I mean, out of a 30-point scale,
Yeah, you're a little better than half.
Yeah.
But I've seen 16 points win a contest a few times, so
I've been there.
It's nothing to shake your head at.
So, but like I said, I mean, that wouldn't have done it. I mean, so yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, but like I said, I think this is a step in the right direction.
Oh yeah, I do too. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see how next year turns out. You got to start somewhere. So
yes, sir. At least they're starting with something. So, we'll see how it goes.
Sure.
That's always the deal. I mean, it's going to take a year or two, and it's like I said, when I sit on the board in IBCA, that's why I feel the rules should be in place for at least 2 years. That gives it time to work out to see if it's actually going to do something or not.
Right.
And so, and I still believe that.
Yeah, I mean, 1,000 points for grand, 900 for reserve, all the way down to 10th, which is 100 points.
Yeah.
It's only based on your overall. But then, you get a multiplier on there, so you can get some good points racked up here. We should see, say, 1,100. We should see damn near, what would that be? We should see a points variation next year, somewhere around the I gotta get my calculator out. Somewhere around the 11 to 12,000 point range to take this, I would think.
All right, so saying that, so here's one of them deals. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that in IBCA, and our reason I'm going here theoretically is I'm kind of going off Jack qualifiers to some degree, but I don't think that anybody has 12 grands in IBCA. I mean, and I've only seen one other deal, and I've seen that the Jack posted this weekend that Boomerang had 13 grands in 9 different states. That's pretty astonishing in that situation there.
Oh yeah, but some of those aren't max points. Some of them are different things.
That's correct.
And the Jack schedule runs different than the KCBS schedule.
That is correct on that, but the Jack schedule runs pretty close to the IBCA schedule within 1 month, within 30 days actually.
Yeah. IBCA ends in June. The Jack ends in July.
That's correct.
So yeah, I still got another month to try to pull me off a Jack qualifier. I don't see it happening, but it is what it is. We got 2 shots this weekend coming up, so we'll give her hell.
Got 2 shots, then it might be a little road trip.
Yep.
I'm still working on that, but I'm kind of thinking
2
that.
shots, and then I'll be 4 or 5 in a row after that if I don't get one of them. So I got to push it. I got to try.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the deal for you. You have actually better odds. If I don't get it done in New Mexico, then that's kind of my deal.
I would have cooked this weekend, but nobody had a qualifier. So
what did Frisco end up, or was it Leadville?
Leadville, 24, I think. I can look at the results and see.
I hadn't looked at the results there. I looked at Boomerang last night, and they were like 7th. They got banged in ribs yesterday pretty bad, like a 159 in ribs.
Woo!
Yeah, that one hurt. Be right back.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, I'm looking up these results here from Colorado. Let's see what we can figure out. I know them boys had a fun time with the weather up there. It snowed on them, it rained on them, it did a little bit of everything on them. So let me get down here to these results and I'll share them with you guys. Let's see, depending on the date. But yeah, I know those guys had some snow and rain. Actually, it says they had 26 teams, so I guess they did qualify. Backdraft Barbecue won it with a 691, and Utah Barbecue reserved with a 676. That is a hell of a point.
Yep, you should have went. You should have made that trip.
Well, looks like we lost it, guys. I'm not sure what happened there. You still there, Lance? Well, anyways, looks like we had like I said, about a 15-point spread between Grand and Reserve there, which is pretty crazy. I'll bring it up here on the screen for you guys to see. So that's a I don't know if I've ever seen that big a point spread for Grand and Reserve. That's definitely something different there. 691 for Grand, 676 for Reserve, and then a 670 for third. All the way down to 10th was a 654.
Whoa.
I mean, I know those guys had a lot of weather and other things to deal with, but sure seems like it affected them because I've cooked against some of those guys and their scores are usually a lot better than that. So that's a pretty crazy deal. 691 Grand, Lance, 676 Reserve.
That's what you're saying. That is nuts.
15 points difference.
But you know, even in Illinois for Boomerang was at I think 693, 695, something like that. Won it there.
Yeah, that's a 15-point difference between Grand and Reserve. I'm not sure what happened, but that's crazy. I've seen some guys posting pictures. They had snow on their barbecue pits. They had some rain going on. You know, the longest day of the year we had, you know, straight up summertime, and they were having snow in Colorado, which is pretty crazy.
So I'll tell you one other little interesting fact I believe on this. I know Ryan is, and I'm almost positive Utah is, but both of them are sponsored by Sweet Smoke Q.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, apparently I should have went to Colorado.
Yeah,
they ended up with 26. It says so. Who knows? But it looks like Lance is preoccupied selling barbecue over there, trying to make a living. You know, but anyways, that's the results from Colorado. I seen results from Spur. I haven't seen the official results, but I heard Aaron won it and Tommy reserved it.
Chuck was third.
Who?
Chuck was third. Chris Goodman was fifth. Fourth was Kevin Ebling again.
Awesome. That dude's kind of come on a roll here lately.
Yeah, he's rolling. Like Johnny was sixth. I can't remember the rest of them.
I'm trying to see if they're posted here.
Yeah, they were posted last night by like 7 o'clock.
Wow. Okay.
We got a head judge in Region 5 that's Johnny on the spot.
Oh yeah. We got one of the best ones in the country, I think. So there's your results, guys. Aaron Leslie, Tommy Smith, Chuck, Kevin, Chris, Tony Valentine snuck in there at 6th place. Paul Whitaker, Kevin Newton, Donnie Hill, and Tyler Ogden. That's a new name for me.
I think he was a local guy. I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
And,
I watched the video a little bit last night. Seen Donnie get up a couple of times.
I mean, 25 points won it, so that's a pretty cool deal.
Well, the crazy deal was Chuck Long had 2 first place and then didn't get shit in ribs.
Ah,
that'll hurt you.
I see that. So that's 23 teams.
23 teams.
I think I seen Merville had like 35. Aaron
Merville,
said
35, 36. Geronimo, I've heard different stories about it.
Aaron says Tyler's from Midland. He's a Midland guy.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, we got Mr. Leslie in here tonight? I'll be
Mr. Leslie's in talking to us. It says Chris Goodman's going to sing karaoke at Breastfest in Snyder. So everybody get prepared for that.
Kenny Miller, I'll be down.
Yeah, we need to get old Kenny on the show here.
Yeah.
Come promote Breastfest for us.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyways, that's cool to see all those guys, and I think I seen Chris Hatcher
GC.
won Merville or Merval, however you say that.
Yep.
So, and he had like 28 points or something ridiculous. He had like a first, second, first, but
that was Segmeyer. Jason Segmeyer had 2 firsts and a second.
Really? Wow.
Yep. Yeah, Craig Sherry was giving him hell on Facebook today. As a matter of fact, he kind of called him out, said he was kind of pretty much a puss for not going head to head with Aaron.
Well, some guys run from competition. Some guys embrace it. We'll just leave that. We'll just leave that there. I'm not going to get too much into the weeds on that.
I mean, hell. I mean, sometimes you got to play strategy.
Yeah.
Big sticks only go so far. Sometimes you got to think about the other part about that. Sometimes you got to be smart. Me and Matt Walker have had this conversation a few times about that stuff. It's great to go head to head, but you got to look at the big picture sometimes. Sometimes strategy, it may be better to do something different.
Hey, you know, when it comes down to the end there, you got to do what you got to do.
Winner's winner, right?
Yeah. I'm a sucker for the big contest, though. I'd
rather
drive past a 30-team contest and go cook against 100 because I like my odds better. I think the smaller ones are harder to win sometimes.
Oh, I agree. I've always had a hard time in the small ones.
Hell, especially for Aaron to come out there with 25 points. Man, a small contest, they're hard to win.
Yeah.
So,
that's the deal. I mean, I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. One more week. Ivy Stadium's done. And then, there's still a lot of KCBS side of it. There's still a lot of time on it. Still a lot of play on there. So,
that's for sure. Well, I'm gonna send Kenny Miller a link real quick. See if we can get him in here.
Okay. He was out cooking shrimp and stuff a little bit ago.
Yeah, well, that's good. Hell, if he can put up with Jennifer, he can damn sure well put up with mine and your shit.
Oh yeah.
So,
that was easy.
Yeah, Gabriel Herrera says that's why he shoots for 10-team contests. He likes those, guaranteed top 10. Always on the final table. Yeah. I know some other guys that do that too, but I'm not going to call them out right now.
Yeah. Yeah, there are some. Yeah, and hell, they'll damn sure advertise it. Yeah, I won big this weekend. I kicked ass, and you'll see the results. 11 teams.
Yeah.
Well, there used to be a guy that did a lot of unsanctioned ones. You know, they go by KCBS rules, and all these other guys were new guys. He kick ass, but there were never more than about 10 teams.
Yeah. Well, you're guaranteed that way. I've seen some. I'm not going to name any names, but I know
not naming any names.
Oklahoma cooks that were always known for that. That's
I'm kind of talking about the same dude. Yeah.
Yeah. I knew some Oklahoma cooks that were known for that. They'd be grand champion every other weekend, but there's only 5 teams there.
Yeah.
And it was unsanctioned.
Yep.
So.
No, I cook very little unsanctioned stuff. Matter of fact, trying to think the last time I cooked an unsanctioned contest.
I don't know that I've ever cooked an unsanctioned contest.
I did one in Olson years and years ago. And that's probably the last one I cooked.
Man.
That's probably been, I had the trailer. It's probably the first year, so 2014 maybe.
Did you win it? That's the question.
No. Didn't quite understand the judging deal there.
Damn.
Yeah.
No,
I take that back. I did not have the new trailer. I was still cooking on the old pit. So it was probably 2013. Yeah, I kind of got hometowned on that deal. I learned.
Manuel says, damn, you shaved, Lance.
Yep.
Yeah, Christy must have got after him there for a little bit. Made him clean up.
I'm trying to look more like the logo.
No, well, yeah. Yeah, the older you get, the more you look like it. It kind of fits.
Yeah, well. Keep it up, Alexander.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I got a cornhole tournament going here tonight.
I'll get Kim to start bringing her barber shit to the contest. She can fix you right up.
Oh, I bet she could. No.
Yeah, she'll fix you right up. We'll get some ZZ top line shaved on the side over there. We'll get her all done up. Look at this shit. See, I used to have a 4-head. Now I got a 5-head. The older I get, the less hair I got on top. The longer I stay married, the less I got. So.
Oh yeah, I had a lot of hair when I got married.
Yeah. True
statement.
Yeah. Manuel says you're still ugly, AF. So he said FM, but I'm going to interpret that AF.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Where am I going to see him next? Probably Dodge City. I'm going to kick his ass.
Yeah. We need to get him out there to Dodge City. Come hang out.
He said that's his first KCBS.
Yeah. Tell him to come on. Bring it.
Well, I ain't going to give him a hard time about Artesia. He is going up to the Fishers cook-off. And that is a good cook-off up there. And I like the hell out of John, and I don't know.
I do too.
But I'm in a spot. I mean, I'm sitting 129 in pork right now. I got to get busy.
Yeah, me too. I've been taking a little time off from KCBS, running around chasing these IBCA boys, and they keep kicking my ass. So maybe I'll go back over there and see if I can do a little better.
Doing pretty well in KCBS.
Well, I hope, just as long as Dad's not cooking, I seem to do all right. But when he starts,
your dad has kicked your ass quite a bit this year.
Yeah. Every damn contest.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. He's kicked your ass quite a bit. I heard that he couldn't cook. He couldn't cook Artesia. I heard that you retired him.
I did. I said that's enough. No way in hell I need that in Artesia. That's enough.
That would be funny.
No, it wouldn't, Lance. I'm showing up on Monday, parking away from you fuckers, and then letting y'all park back here in the back.
What the hell did I do to you?
Man, you're just agging it on here. I thought I had friends. See what your friends get you?
Oh yeah, I know real well about that shit.
Yeah, I know. Miss a turn in, all that kind of good stuff.
Oh yeah, hell, yeah, you're dead. All right, bud, don't say anything to Chrissy about that. Chrissy had me in there 30 damn seconds. Hey, that's Mr. Turn-In, by the way. Thanks, bud.
Yeah, at least it was an ancillary. It wasn't the main turn-in.
That is true, and I've cooked at that point there, I probably cooked 120 cook-offs. I've done a lot of them by myself. I mean, and I've had family and friends help too. Don't get me wrong, but I have cooked a lot of them by myself. And they're in Mr. Turn-In. And so yeah, I was glad that it was an ancillary. It still stung a little bit, but yeah, hell, I mean, don't tell Bud because he'll throw your ass under the bus.
He's just truthful, Lance. He don't know how to.
He is. He's very truthful.
Bud doesn't know how to be anything but completely honest.
And I love that about him. But damn, he didn't know I was gonna get my ass chewed out like I did with my wife.
Well, somebody's gonna keep you in line. You know, somebody's got to keep you in line.
Yeah, well, there's always that.
Well, when's Gabriel Herrera ever going to come out of retirement? When did you get old Gabe out of retirement?
I think his wife's still kicking his ass.
Must be, but we got to get him out of retirement. So I'm going to try something here, Lance. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we got a caller in on Blog Talk. I'm going to see if I can bring them in and see if it works. I've never tried it that way before.
Oh, yeah. We need to know if that works.
All right. Well, I got them live. I don't know if they can hear us, but they're live. 806-939. You're live if you can hear us. Nope, it doesn't appear so. I got them live, Lance, but
all right, hold on. I'm over here too. Let me see what's going on.
I don't know if they can hear us in there or not. Yeah. Manny Marino says Gabe's scared. Chris said he's afraid of us now. Man, now the shit talking begins. Come on, Gabe.
I think I just screwed you up. Hey, reconnect to Blog Talk.
Okay.
I think I kicked you out. It didn't do that to me last week, but it did it to me this week. That other caller's still in there.
Okay, I'm reconnecting right now. Sorry if you guys in Facebook land hear our technical difficulties here. We're still working through some of this crap, but come on, Gabe. What do you mean your stuff's for sale? As much money as you make cooking, you shouldn't need to sell it. You need to keep continuing on that deal.
Yeah.
So,
since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
All right. All right, so now we're connected all the way through. 806-939, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, kid? You didn't want to come in on the damn video screen or what?
Well, I don't know how to do this shit.
I sent you a link, bud. You just click it.
We just got internet last year.
Man, come on now. I sent you a link. You just click on it. It does it from your phone. You know.
Well, you should have talked to me about 5 years ago.
Oh.
5 beers. That's it.
Man. What's it?
I thought you were coming by the house this week.
I didn't get time to do anything. All I did was cook. And got held on and got blown away and been through the biggest dirt storm I ever did in Snyder.
I got you. So, I just want to plug that old breakfast here.
Well, get after it. Tell us what's going on. Who, what, when, where, and why.
And, of course, we invited everybody, the regular cooks as well. But I've been hot and heavy on these local backyard cooks. They say they're going to kick y'all's ass.
Well, they're going to kick my ass because I'm not going to be there. So they can kick my ass, Kenny.
And I've been telling bring them. And I've got a lot of corporate, about 3, 4, 5 years ago, we had the oil movement going on here, and everybody had a damn cooking team. And I even told some of the corporate, the cooking teams, that if they want to get a side part, just do the bragging rights, they can do that too. So I'm hoping we got a pretty good turnout here. We've got some vendors coming in. We're going to try to get that cornhole tournament, a different one that Lance was talking about. We got that coming in. We got a car show coming in. There's not a whole lot to do in Tyler, Texas. So whenever something's going on, we get them all out there to the park. And so that might be a pretty place. I've been telling them. Of course, I would cook, but people found out I have my own crematory, and they don't. They tell me that they don't want me to do it because they're afraid I bring my own meat.
Hey, that gives a whole new meaning to hot and fast cooking there, Kenny. I think you should try it.
I've got some 80-year-old meat just curing right now, and I don't think anybody to judge it.
Hey, here's where I'm at on that deal. If you can take one of them 80-year-olds and turn that thing into a half chicken and make it look decent, hey, you got something going.
That's right. Man.
But anyway,
Or I guess, probably an 80-year-old, I don't know, you might go turn a thigh into like a rib.
Yeah, you know what? There's not a whole lot of meat on that.
That's what I'm saying. It might look like a spare.
Hey, when is Breast Fest, Kenny? For everybody that wants to know.
The last weekend of July. What day? I'm going to ask Jennifer. Y'all remember Jennifer, don't you?
Oh, no. How could we forget?
Who is she?
Yeah, some redhead or used to be blonde head. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. What color is her hair really?
Blonde. True blonde.
Huh.
She acts like it.
But it's the last weekend of July, and I tell you what, just because of Breast Fest, we have decided to have my class reunion here at the park, about 100 yards from Breast Fest that weekend. I'm going to say it's my 10-year reunion.
Huh?
10 years.
Well, yeah, because I started taking my birth control pills 20 years ago.
Yeah.
20th year reunion, huh? Wow.
Going to have a big reunion here this weekend. We got a lot of stuff coming on in the side of that weekend. So I've on our reunion face page, we've Facebook. Tell them we need everything else. So it should be a good deal. Good turnout.
Well,
coming in. So.
You like better.
That's good. Good to see you're going to have your 10-year reunion there, Kenny. I mean, is that your third or fourth 10-year reunion?
My third 10-year.
Okay. I was just wondering.
Your third 10-year reunion?
I know, but hell, I keep trimming my beard to get that gray out of it.
Yeah. You almost caught up to Lance. I think he's on about his sixth 10-year high school reunion.
Third.
Yeah. Hey, did you ask Lance how he did here this weekend?
No, I haven't. He hadn't even talked about it. He said y'all must have shunned him or something. Well, he must be selling barbecue again. He stepped away from the damn camera over there. Kenny, I got people saying you need to end the phone call and get in on the video stream. They want to see you. They said this phone call crap ain't working. I mean, it don't affect me. I just want the Facebook.
We're drinking beer. Yeah, barbecue. Really? Yeah. All right, man. $7.
You can bring your money.
Thanks, sir. Enjoy it.
Chris Goodman's gonna do karaoke and a burlesque show.
A burlesque show? Oh my God!
Never heard it before.
Awesome. Come on, Kenny. All right, now it's time to end this damn phone call, and you get in on the video side. You can figure it out.
I'm going to do that.
Do that.
I can figure that out. I will.
Okay.
All right. See ya, guys.
Later, man. All right, Lance. So yeah, the latest news is Chris Goodman's gonna have a burlesque show and karaoke at Breathfest.
You know what? I'm glad I'm going to Dodge City.
Yeah, me too. I'm sad I'm gonna have to miss that one. Man,
I don't know if I can take the drag queen stuff there.
Yeah, I don't know. Who's going to be a sidekick for that? Is that going to be Andy or Chuck Long?
I really don't want to see that. No, it had to be Tony, actually.
That'd be a hell of a dancing pair right there.
Yeah. What am I going to wear? The kinky boots?
Yeah. Well, what else is going on in the barbecue world, Lance?
Well, let's see. Like I said, that's kind of it. I mean, we got Artesia coming up this weekend. Oh, I do have some news. So KCBS members, we might have a few of them listening too. We got an election coming up starting tomorrow, I believe. 15 candidates for the replacing one of the BODs. I believe they always have to have 9 on the board, and they're sitting at 8 right now. So I feel like there's several good candidates. I will tell you this. I guess, everybody does endorsements and stuff like that. So I'm going to step out there tonight. I'm going to endorse Ralph Williams. Ralph Williams is running. I think he'd be a great candidate to have. I think he's out in our part of the country. He does a lot of our contests. So I think that's where my vote's going.
Hey, I want to jump in and endorse Ralph as well. Ralph is he's one of the best guys in barbecue. Never met a stranger. Give you a shirt off his back. He's a rep. He does our contest. He's straight up. He'll tell you exactly how he feels, exactly how it goes, and I'm all in there for Ralph too. So Ralph's got my vote. I hope he gets your vote. So
let me shoot him a message. What do you need to send him a link? Just his phone number?
I just need his email address.
Email address? Oh.
Yep. Is there pork at Breakfast?
I did get a and there's something else. So here, I'll say this here in a second too. Jennifer called us assholes and said, "What's the number?" So
yeah, my phone's going off. That was a little unprofessional.
Okay, so how I'm working on this real quick with Ralph. On a serious note, Toby Cooksy's mother passed away this morning. So I'd like to, give our condolences to Toby and his family.
For sure. Yeah, that's a bad deal.
Yes,
Condolences
yes,
to Toby, the whole Cooksey family, everything. If y'all see where we can send some flowers or send something, somebody send me that, and we'll be sure to do that and send them our condolences.
absolutely, absolutely. So okay, so I'm working on the Ralph deal too. So give me just a
Chris
minute.
Goodman says he might be coming to Dodge City with us because that ain't happening.
Oh really?
Yeah.
He'll puss out on that deal.
Come on, Chris. Dodge City ain't that far from Lubbock. You know, just come on, bring it. But anyways, in other news, we got I'm sure everybody wants to hear this crap, but I did get my about 30 foot of my cinder block fence knocked down and the back acre cleared off this weekend. We got some dirt moved around. So we got plenty of places to park barbecue trailers now, Lance. That whole back section of my house is all cleared out, nice and ready to go.
You never told me that.
So we was working on getting all that done, and but anyways, that's yeah. Get Ralph in here.
All right, I'm working on it. I'm texting him right now.
My wife is the only person in the world that catches strep throat in the middle of summer. She caught strep throat this weekend.
She can't talk?
Strep throat.
No, she can't talk.
Oh, she can still talk. It's just not very clear. So it's been relatively quiet around the Alexander household with Kim being sick.
Yeah, I imagine I'm probably fixing to get a text message from that. So she probably heard me.
It wouldn't be the first time.
No. She get wound up now.
Yeah. Hey, go cough somewhere else.
Yeah, we can't afford to be sick. Hey, don't cough on them pork butts either.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, I see that, Kim. Thanks for your love. But
you're number one, are you?
I'm number one twice. Right.
There you go, man.
Anyways, still waiting on Kenny to get in here, get Ralph in here. Let's
I sent him a text, so we'll see what happens here. And
we'll roll it a few more minutes. Hey, did you see the I don't want to steal their crap, but I got to bring this up. Did you see the damn rib box with bacon on top of it that Bullhorn was talking about the other night?
No, I did not see that.
So it walked third place in a contest. A rib box with crumbled up bacon on it.
Well, okay. So I guess, all right. So I can kind of understand this in a way. Gotta follow this here for a second. Because technically the spare rib is part of the belly of the bacon.
Well, and technically it was part of their glaze, and it was cooked onto the meat because they had the guy on, interviewed him that did it. It was cooked onto the meat, part of his glaze. It was accepted by the judge. It was judged. They got a third place, but it was crumbled up bacon on top of the ribs.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, that's a whole different aspect to IBCA right there. And because it was cooked on, they could not.
Oh, this is IBCA, not KCBS.
Yes, IBCA contest.
Oh, I thought we were talking about KCBS.
Yeah, they could not reject it because it was actually cooked onto the meat. It wasn't added afterwards. Nothing like that. So,
that's kind of a funny deal. So if you read through the rules in IBCA, they really don't have a foreign object rule.
Yep, there's no foreign object rule. There is a marked box rule.
You will get disqualified if you leave a pin in a chicken or a toothpick. You'll get disqualified.
Yep. Because that's considered a marked box. So how the hell is bacon on top of your ribs not considered a marked box?
I don't know. Could you identify it when you seen it?
As a matter of fact, Lance, I'm gonna go to Facebook right now. I'm gonna get that photo.
All right. Yeah, because I hadn't seen it.
And I'm gonna bring it up for everybody to look at. But I seen the guys talking about this on Bullhorn the other night. So I'm gonna go find that picture, and I'll bring it up for you guys. The Bullhorn guys have a hell of a show. I'm just gonna throw that out there. If you guys ain't watching that show,
hold on. I got one other piece of information because I just got in trouble again by Jennifer.
Okay.
It's also Toby Cookie's birthday. Well, happy birthday, Toby.
Yeah, happy birthday, Toby.
Which I can understand. That is kind of the shits to be your birthday and your mom passed away. All right.
Yep. Yeah, that's a.
Thanks, Jennifer. Redhead, blonde, whatever you are.
Yeah, that's a hell of a deal right there.
That is a hell of a deal. I mean, so no disrespect. I did text Toby first thing this morning when I heard, and talked to him a little bit. So I mean, I understand, been there, done that. That is a tough deal.
Yeah,
and I know that. I know that he's been dealing with a lot of that stuff for the last couple of years, and so, Kenny Miller says, I hear Chris sings great Elvis.
Huh. Yeah. So, man, that's gonna be it.
I wonder if he's a flying Elvis.
Yeah, I don't know, or a drag Elvis. I don't know.
I don't want to think about that again either. A flying drag queen Elvis. That's not cool.
All right, Lance. I think we pushed that one far enough. I think I shared the wrong damn screen there. But yeah, let me share the right screen.
I think Kenny is drunk.
Man. All right, let's try this one. All right, Lance, I got her up there for you. Can you see that picture?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I think I would DQ that. That was not cooked on. That's pretty obvious.
According to the guy that cooked it, he crumbled the bacon, put it on top of the ribs. It was cooked on the whole time.
Yeah, no.
So.
No, sir. I would have had objections to that.
So
it's not even evenly on there.
No,
so it was not part of the sauce. You can tell it was added to the top of the sauce.
But that walked third place in an IBCA contest, from what I understood.
Yeah.
So
hey, Valero said, "Are we ready for Artesia?" Well, hell yeah, Valero, we're ready for Artesia. I'm ready to see you. I'm ready for a yellow belly with you, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, let's drink some Yellow Belly's Toast to George. I don't have a Yellow Belly, but I got the other best one. So,
yeah.
Anyways, I just had to bring those ribs up because I could not.
Yeah, no. I mean, you know what? I mean, I may have gone for it, Alexander, if it was in the sauce. That's not in the sauce, dude. You can tell the bacon's sitting on top of the sauce.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to say that was a bad call for that judge. That's about like a judge not being able to tell a damn baby back from a spare.
Well, we've had that happen before too.
We have had that happen with experienced judges, and it shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
And then he got put out on Facebook, just like this here. That should not have been allowed. That judge should have known better. I don't know who the judge was. I'm not saying they're a bad judge. I'm just saying that would have been a hell no.
I don't know either, but like I said, I seen it the other night on the Bullhorn show, and man, to me that was just crazy right there.
What did other people say about it? They say that was cool.
No, I think everybody agreed that it was pretty well.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Gabriel Herrera says, "Hell no, that's a marked box." So.
I mean, that looks like a Sam's Club bacon crumbled up on top of the damn thing. That's not even regular cooked bacon, dude. That comes out of a bag.
It kind of does. I couldn't believe that when I seen that the other night live. I was like, holy shit, that's
I probably still would have had a little bit of a problem with it if it was mixed into the sauce, but I would have been more out to accept that. That's blatant. No. Hell no.
Third place. No, it wasn't DQ. That was third place rib right there.
I'm saying it should have been DQ'd.
Huh. Well, I know what my new IBCA recipe is going to be.
No shit. Apparently that goes. Hell.
No more bacon base. We're just putting bacon on there.
No, buddy. I'm running a whole strip of bacon, candied bacon on top of the damn rib.
Yeah, for sure. That's
when someone gives me hell about it, I'm gonna have this picture and say, well, this shit was accepted, why not that?
That's right. Gabriel Herrera says he's gonna start putting pineapple rings on top of his.
That's a good one. Well, shit, hell, you might put some pizza dough underneath it.
Okay. Yeah, that's I don't know, man. Yeah, you guys take a look at that box. I'm fixing to take it off the screen, but I could not believe that when I seen it the other night. So
yeah.
Chris Goodman wonders if he can put bacon on chicken. There you go.
Sure.
Hey, you might as well go with a white sauce on that and have some chicken bacon ranch. That might be the winter chicken dinner.
You know, that's kind of a funny deal right there. You know what? No one has ever tried the white sauce on a chicken in IBCA. That would be an interesting deal.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know that I'm that brave, but
I'll say that'd be a ballsy ass move, but if it was good.
Yeah.
Hell, I've seen chicken burnt to hell.
I know. I've done it in one chicken with burnt ass chicken. So that's I don't know, Lance. I just had to bring that to y'all's attention. I didn't know if y'all seen that the other night.
I'm glad you did because that would have been that's a Harvey Gibbard move right there.
Yeah. So
yeah, well, no, I started some more shit. Oh well.
Yeah. That's a Lone Star move if I ever seen one.
You know, we're equal opportunity, piss them all off, Vandals.
There we go. That's for sure. Kenny Miller says he can't figure out the link to get into us. I mean, it's real hard. You click on the damn thing, but you know.
Click it. Are we gonna give you
give it to Jen. Give it to Jennifer. She'll do it. She'll set you up. All you gotta do is hold the phone up, be on camera.
That's it.
Yeah. So,
if it's not lit up, copy and paste it into your browser. That help?
Hey, you getting a little technical with copy and paste. Just click the link.
Well, I'm just saying, maybe it's not highlighted.
Maybe.
No,
So-
I mean, hell, if you copy and paste it, put it in the browser, off you go. There you
I
go.
mean, I send you a link every week, Lance, and it
I
works.
know. Well, I know. Yeah, but we're kind of exceptions to the rule.
Yeah, that's for sure. Anyways, tell them to click the middle one, Chris Goodman says. Let's see how that works out.
Hell yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm still liking this. I mean, I like this Facebook Live thing, I think. I don't know. How do our listeners like it? Are they liking it? They like this better?
I don't know, Lance. Our last show had over 3,000 views.
No shit.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
We had over 3,000 views on our last show. We keep building every week. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm good with that, man. Hell yeah.
So,
we're and I'm gonna have to go here a little bit. We're often copied, but never duplicated.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Hell, I ain't calling nobody out, but I seen a lot of T-shirts that were coming out that sure looked a lot like some barbecue Vandal stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. What was that hashtag I had? Oh, riding the shirt tails.
Yeah, riding the coat tails and the shirt tails.
Yeah.
So
we are the original. We are the guys. We have done it. There you go.
That's for sure. But you know what? To each their own with provolone. That's one of those things. Hell, if somebody had asked me, I'd have gave them the okay to put out Vandal shirts. But you know what? That's all right. So, because we're not the Vandals. The Vandals is the whole community. It's the whole thing. It's not me and Lance. It's everybody.
Right. Well, we were talking about this the other day. So here we go. I'm gonna send it to you. Maybe I can make this work. Let's see.
Lance is a little technologically challenged. I can't even talk.
Yeah. Well, I just sent you a link, a picture.
Okay.
Of the original Vandal picture.
Oh, I think I got some of those.
Yeah, I've got the one that your wife sent me. I know there was a couple of them.
Okay.
But, hell, just to put it out there, hell, we might as well get it out there, get it done. Coming from novice, aren't the judges educated before the turn-in? Oh, coming from a novice. I was thinking Novice, Texas. We've cooked in Novice, Texas, Kenny.
We have
novice. Why are they coming from novice? That's the Lone Star cook-off.
Yeah. Well,
no, they're not really educated. No.
In some sanctioning bodies they are, but others are not. We'll leave that alone.
Ew.
So, let me get this photo up here, Lance, and I'll share it with the viewers.
There you go.
Anybody wants to know how the Barbecue Vandals got started, you're fixing to learn, which could be a good or bad thing, I guess. But
Facebook Live, baby.
Facebook Live, we're gonna.
This picture has never been shown to the public. This is what we got in trouble for. This was the original Vandal picture.
It is the original Vandal picture. Now I'm just trying to figure out.
Meat barbecue cook-off 2016. That's how far back the Vandals go. A lot of people don't know that, but we've been around for like 3 years now.
All right, guys, here it goes. Y'all can. All right, you see that, Lance?
I can see it.
So That was a Texas Tech parking lot in 2016, I think.
2016. Yep.
Yeah. So there's your original barbecue Vandals picture right there. That was the night the Vandals were created.
You know what? I damn near got the thing perfectly centered, even with the line between the windshields.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
That was after a whole day of drinking beer.
Man, yeah. And a bunch of whiskey. What were those? There were some guys over there feeding us whiskey and beer.
Oh, I forgot about the whiskey.
Yeah, we had all kinds of good stuff that night. So who knows? But anyway, there it was, guys. There was the original barbecue Vandals picture.
You know what? If it's on the internet, it's got to be true, right? Well,
Right.
there you go.
That's got to be true.
That's what I got accused of vandalizing.
Did you see that comment, Lance?
Yeah, I'm seeing this. By the way, man.
Master Chef.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Hell,
what the hell, yeah, I guess.
I didn't know Lance had a seasoning line out.
Yeah.
I can't get any.
Yeah. You know, there's just so much shit out there anymore. Who the hell needs West Texas Pitmasters rub?
You know, I think it's kind of a myth. It's like one of those. It's kind of like Bigfoot or the Loch Ness monster. I keep hearing about it.
Actually, it's kind of a special reserve kind of thing.
It's a reserve blend.
That's it.
I only know one guy that gets any, and he's been kicking my ass. So that shit's got to stop.
Actually, that's not true. There's another guy that's been kicking your ass too. Has been getting it.
Who the hell is that?
I can't tell you.
God.
Not on the air. I can't tell you that one.
Yeah. See, I thought we were friends, Lance.
He's from Midland.
I thought we were friends, Lance.
Well, we are friends.
Yeah. See.
But he buys it like 10 pounds at a time.
See, that's the problem. I just want it for free. I'm not trying to buy it. Maybe that's why I don't get any.
Well, all you gotta do is ask. You haven't tried that yet.
Tyler says, "Where's the Boone's Farm tonight?"
I hope in his mouth.
Yeah. No, Tyler. I don't think there's any Boone's Farm. Wasn't no Boone's Farm there in Lubbock, but there were some other things. So, well, Lance.
Yes, sir.
What else going on in the barbecue world? We made it an hour.
Well, hey, wait. I got a message here.
All right.
Let's see if it's a message or never mind. That's my wife. Apparently, my wife's watching too.
Maybe I need to send Tyler a link. Get him in here. Talk some barbecue with us.
Tyler on. That'd be good.
All right, Tyler. What do you guys send me an email? I'll send you guys a link. You can come in and talk a little Sunday night barbecue with us. We'll have barbecue church here. Man, that silence is killer.
Oh yeah.
So.
Can't get Kenny in. Hadn't got anything back from Ralph yet.
Yeah, I got I think for next Sunday night, Lance, I got us Reheño Barbecue gonna come on the show. Talk a little barbecue.
Okay.
Talk a little what would you call that? Panhandle barbecue. I mean that's I got those guys lined up to come in.
Okay.
That should make for an interesting segment. Yeah, he was kind of excited to come on the show too because you're kind of the guy that got him started, and he was telling me about that, and So he was kind of excited to come on and talk a little barbecue with us.
Oh, good deal.
Yep. The first vandalization.
The first vandalization.
We're going to have to get Lance some bifocals so he can read the screen, guys. We
Well, you
just
got to
started.
show. On my side of it, it is like tiny.
We're going to have to start a GoFundMe to
My picture on my deal is about that big.
get Lance some bifocals so he can read.
Well, I'm good.
Start a GoFundMe account. But yeah, when do you guys send me your email? I'll send you a link. You can come right in. All you got to have is a smartphone or a computer. Everybody's got a smartphone. Just because Kenny couldn't figure it out doesn't mean that nobody else can.
Can't believe it. Can't believe Ralph hadn't messaged me back. Huh.
Greg and Cindy Sharp say, "What's up, guys?"
Hey!
We
Keep
got
saying
that. Chris Goodman said that's what she said. All right, Chris, send me your email. Come on. You got to get in here. We talk about this karaoke and burlesque show you're putting on or something.
All right, so what Jennifer's saying is it keeps saying blocked. Oh, wait. Well, all right, so I'm going to send you another email link, Matt, on.
Okay.
No, that's not what I want. All right, hold on a second.
Yeah, she's got to unblock her camera. You know, that's not hard.
Well, I think their pop-up blocker is blocking him. That's too many B's.
They're pop-up blockers working against us.
Yes.
So,
there you go. Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah. I also seen online where that team from the UK is kicking ass lately. Do you see that, Lance? They got like 9 GCs, I think 6 for the Jack. That bunch of swines.
Okay. No, I hadn't but
they're running second for team of the year right now. And they're from the UK. I think that might be the first time. You know, those guys won the Royal last year. I think
I just think Jennifer's.
Okay. Well, I think that might be the first time ever that I've seen a team from the UK running second and in there for team of the year. That's pretty crazy to me. So
that is pretty cool.
And I think they either got 6 or they got 7 for the Jack now. You know, so for all you guys like me sitting over here bitching about we don't get to cook much, imagine being from the UK. So that's pretty crazy right there to have teams out of the UK in the running for team of the year. Looks like Lance is off selling barbecue again. Jennifer, I just sent you a link. We'll see if that works out for you. In other barbecue news, I also seen where the team was turning in pulled brisket. That's a new one. I've never seen that, never tried that. But they were turning in pulled brisket. So that's a whole different aspect to the brisket turn in right there.
Pulled brisket and KCBS, huh?
Yes, sir. Turn in slices and pulled brisket instead of slices and burn ends.
Huh.
I don't know how it scored, but I seen the turn in box. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I seen a guy one time got brisket with the grain, walked like third or fourth or some shit.
Yeah, I've seen that too. With some quote unquote, master judges up in there.
Oh, that is right. I forgot about that too. I forgot that he was there.
Yeah, quote unquote master judges there, and still walked in brisket with brisket cut with the grain.
I'm gonna tell you something. That's the funniest deal because I heard Matt laughing right in the back when that happened because I already knew the story. And he was already pissed off about the whole situation.
Yeah, that's I don't even know what to say about that. Well, we got Jen in, but I can't see her camera yet, so she got to allow her camera, and she'll have access to it. So she's almost in the studio.
Almost. Oh my God. Been a while since we had a Jennifer in.
Yeah, it had. We might need some pink drinks for this occasion. But yeah, I can see her there, but she hadn't allowed camera access yet, so we can't get to her, guys. Sorry, we're doing technical difficulties on air. This is real damn professional, but we're not very professional anyways. So that's where we're at.
Hey, you know what? This is our second one?
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
Yeah, it's our second one. I think it's our 31st or 32nd in a row for Blog Talk there. Something like that.
Yeah, I think 30. I think I put 33 today, if I remember right.
Episode 33. Cool deal.
So, well, yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool. It really is pretty cool.
It is. That must be Jennifer calling you, telling you she can't get her camera to work.
No, I was just looking to see if I got a message from Ralph yet, but I hadn't.
Okay.
So,
well,
but how we're doing that, let me look at something else. Because, let's say, Boomerang was in a doubleheader this weekend.
Yeah, I didn't look at results for day 2 yet. I can bring those.
Look at it real quick and just see. Day 1. Just see if the day 2's up yet.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. And there was a cook-off going today in Oklahoma City too, I believe.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Travis won that one.
Huh?
Travis won that one. Travis Clark.
Okay.
Yeah, I seen that earlier. Travis won. Let's see. Today is the 23rd. So they had a BarrelHead Smokers won in Montana. Festival of the Pig. That's that was the one in Oklahoma. Clark Crew won it with a 694. Super Swan was second with a 692. JD with Buckshot was third with a 690. Butcher was 687. Rick with Texas Barbecue was fifth with a 686.
Cool.
So they had a pretty good little contest going on there.
Yeah.
Wasn't a whole lot of difference between the first couple there. They also were having the one in Washington, D.C. Says
Lucky Q won today. Dirt Road Barbecue was number 2. Iowa Smoky D's was third. Boomerang was 15th. They didn't like them up there this weekend.
You know, they've had pretty good luck up in that area.
They have, but so there's some things that people don't know that I will let out now. So I got a phone call from Boomerang on Friday. Last week they lost an axle going to Mississippi. Ended up in Lovington cooking with us, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I got a phone call, I don't know, Friday afternoon. They were in Missouri. Just made it to the tire shop. They lost a tire off
Really?
their head. So the deal was that him and I talked Monday, and he went and found the axle and everything. And the people that sell the axles and all that stuff, they, I guess they've got a shop there, and they told him that they'd do it for $100. Put a new axle underneath it, blah, blah, blah. Got it off the trailer. So he was like, well, we'll just do that. So they stripped up the lug nuts. Let me get this customer real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. But anyways, so that's the Walkers were up there, and I guess that was Iowa or Indiana. That was up there somewhere.
So yeah, they were up in they were in Missouri going to Illinois, and they lost the tire. Hell, he didn't even find the tire, and he told me that they used the old lug nuts, which sounds like they probably stripped out the lug nuts when they put the new one on.
Yep.
Lost the tire, bad deal. They got it to a tire shop, and they were working on it then, but just a bad deal. I mean, when he called me and told me that, I was like, man, I mean, that's cool. For $100, they're going to put a new axle and everything underneath it. They do that stuff. I thought, well, hell, that's a good deal.
Right.
The other end of it, I feel bad. I wish that we'd kind of push that a little bit more. And I was like, because I told him I'd come down and we'd do it Monday night. But, that's the deal. Them guys get those damn impacts, and they stick a damn lug nut up in it and run it onto the damn threads. He said all of the bolts, all the lug nuts or the studs were broke off clean.
Holy shit. They must have had like some of the big 3/4 inch truck impacts or.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they just, or had them turned up all the way,
Yep.
ran them up there and shared them.
For
That's
sure.
what I tell them. I said, that's the deal. I said, I run a 4-way, and I said, at least starting them, I know that they're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I when we did our spring maintenance here at the house and I took my trailer apart, that's the way we did. I busted them loose with the 4-way, then backed them off with the impact.
Yeah.
And then I started them by hand, put them back on with the impact lightly, and then tightened them with a 4-way. Just,
right.
We checked the grease and the bearings and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
So just kind of getting that done. And, but that's part of your everyday trailer maintenance, guys. If you're going to be dragging these things as far as we do, I probably got 100,000 miles on my trailer. You got to check your bearings, make sure your bearings are packed. You got to check your tires. You got to do all that kind of stuff. Get that done. I gotta yell at my kids for a second. Hold on a second. I'm going to mute myself. You can talk for a minute.
All right. Getting serious over there. But I mean, that is correct. I mean, it's like us. I mean, I run a trailer, 25,000 miles a year. My problem with bearings is that I'm in a lot of parking lots and stuff like that. So I turn real tight and real sharp on tandems. They act like a skid steer. You're going to pop bearings. And, so once a year, I just put new bearings in my hub and call it good.
Yeah, I run those Dexter Easy Lube axles, so I can just grease my bearings and all that kind of stuff. And
Well, I can grease them. There ain't a problem on that. It's just it's all the pressure to the side of them. You get, like I said, you're pulling and twisting on those bearings.
yeah,
And finally, it pops the bearing out. And it's always the outer bearing. I've never had a problem with the inside bearing. It's always the outside bearing.
yeah, it's going to be that outer one every time. So
once a year, when I go to grease them and everything, that bearing is like $5. I pop a new one in there, tighten it back up, grease it up. I go on about my business.
For sure. I mean, that's money saved right there.
Oh yeah. I mean, it takes another 5 minutes. Pull the cotter pin back off the bolt or the nut, and then slap it in there, tighten it back up, pack it a little bit. You're done.
Yeah, you got to do proper trailer maintenance if you're going to run that kind of miles. If you got a little trailer you drag around town and put 20 miles a year on, I wouldn't worry about it. But if you're going to run the kind of miles we run and as hard as we run, you got to take care of that kind of stuff. I run good tires. I run the whole 9 yards. I don't want to pay $300 a piece for trailer tires, but I do because I don't have a problem with them. So I've had one flat on the road. It was going to meet you in the past 3 years, one flat. So
I have blown out 2 tires in all my travels. In 5 years.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. I've lost 2 bearings. I've been lucky both times. One time I was backing up into the damn house when the bearing come apart. And the other time I was actually selling barbecue and I pulled in and that sideward twist on it, it popped the damn bearing. So I've been very fortunate on that end of it. But I check them all the damn time.
Yeah, you have to.
I broke shackles. I've had springs warp. That's just part of it. You bounce up. It's like that road between Lubbock and Snyder. That's the roughest damn road there is. Like going into Oklahoma.
Yeah, well, the damn tollways in Oklahoma are some of the worst I've ever seen.
Oh, they're horrible.
And you got to pay to drive on the damn thing.
Oh, yeah. But they're bouncing, shit goes everywhere. And, it's kind of funny because, yesterday I was coming home and that road, especially from Snyder to Post, is horrendous. And I was actually running, my wife can contest to this, that I was running probably right at 75. And I got thinking about it. I had my coffee pot, the glass part of it, sitting up on top of some damn dishes in the trailer. And so when I got home last night, I expected that so much to be blown up. And it's kind of amazing. It was still sitting in the same damn spot it was when I left.
Huh.
So it tells me my springs and shit back here on the trailer work pretty damn well, even though I was bouncing like hell in the damn truck.
Yeah, they're doing their job, that's for sure. Well, Lance, you prepped any chicken yet?
No.
Yeah, me either.
I'm still a little frozen.
Yeah, I got some. I ain't even bought chicken yet, so that's how far behind I am.
Well, I did order a brisket. I did get that done tonight.
Okay, you need me to bring you one or not?
Huh?
You need me to bring you one?
No, I got 2.
Okay.
So unless one of these are screwed up.
All right. Well, let me know. I'll go ahead and shut it out because it won't hurt if you set in the fridge for a week or 2.
No.
Anyway.
So mine's supposed to be here Wednesday. So let's order 2 18 to 20 pounders. So hopefully they're good.
Okay. I'll set you another one out just in case.
Well, I'll say just in case I got a bad one, but
Okay.
I did that. I bought 3 racks of ribs last night, and I think I've got 3 other racks. So, and if Kim takes care of me on the pork butts like she's been doing, hell, I mean, I'm pretty good on that deal, man. You know.
Okay.
As long as, yeah, I mean, you know, that's what I'm after right now is pork, buddy.
Yes, sir. Well, Lance, we got about 5 minutes to go here to hit an hour and a half. I got a damn fencing contractor showing up in about 10 minutes, so we might have to call this one a little early.
Okay. You got a what showing up?
Fencing contractor to put up some fencing for me.
Damn. On a Sunday night, that's pretty good.
Yeah, well, these guys really want to make money, and they're putting up cinder block fence. So I got concrete workers and shit showing up to. Yeah,
Are they legal?
I can't say that on the radio, Lance. That's what I'm trying to get at. So I got some fencing contractors fixing to be working here in a minute.
Sorry, I had to go there.
Okay.
On that deal.
Yeah. Yep. So.
That is pretty good.
You know, and I think they got this whole wall thing wrong, Lance. We don't need a wall on the southern border. Let's just go here real quick.
All right.
We don't need a wall on the southern border. We need a wall around D.C. and around New York and, you know, kind of cut down and come over and around California.
Santa Fe.
You know, I think they got this damn wall thing wrong. You know, but mainly around D.C. and New York and California. The rest of us don't need a damn wall. Let's just get that out there. That's my personal opinion on it. But you know, I'm up for the wall. Let's build a wall, but let's build it in the right place. Number one, around Washington D.C. Before we build a wall anywhere else, build it around D.C. Keep those idiots to themselves, and then we'll go from there.
All right. I'm good with that.
You know, I kind of like my neighbors to the south a lot more than I like my neighbors to the northeast. I'll tell you that for sure.
Oh, wait a minute. We got a text message.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. We got a text. Let's see.
Okay.
Hey, I just got an email from Ralph.
Okay.
So I'm going to send it to you.
Okay. I'll try to get him in here for a few minutes.
All right. Hell, you be all right. Kim can deal with them contractors.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared of.
No, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. I just sent it to you. Delivered.
Okay.
All right.
I'll shoot it to Ralph right now, see if we can get him in there.
All right.
All right, it's on its way, Lance.
All right.
So we'll see if we can get Ralph in here to talk about the upcoming
Let's see if Ralph, because Jennifer and Kenny can't get it to go through.
I sent it to you and went right through. I don't know what else to say.
Well, I imagine they've got some kind of firewall or something that's blocking it.
Yeah, I'm going to try to do it myself, see if it works. So y'all can see my beautiful face twice, just to make sure. Let's see here.
Right. Ralph should have it.
Okay. See if I can join in this stream. Entering a broadcasting studio. Yep, yep. Continue. Allow. Okay. Hell,
Oh,
well, other than the feedback, it worked great.
yeah.
So, yep, it works. When you first come in, your camera and your microphone are red. You have to click on those to enable access to them. But other than that, it went right through. So it came up backstage for me on my side. So everything's working right. We'll see if we can get Ralph in here. We're kind of bumping the edge of time here at an hour 30. I got some fence contractors in here.
Are they there?
I don't know yet. I ain't been outside, so who knows?
Kim will get them.
Yeah, Kim said I had people pulling up in cars she didn't recognize, so I'm sure they're out there, but we'll keep it working.
Lord, Kimberly, you have to get well.
Yeah. She's just nodding her head.
Give me the #1 signal again.
Well, Lance,
Man.
So what happened in Snyder this weekend? We didn't talk about Snyder. How'd that go?
So Snyder wasn't bad. Snyder was pretty good. I don't know. They had somewhere between 3,000 and 5,000 people show up.
That's a good week.
We were busy. We were busy as like usual. I mean, there's a few other trucks there, but I think we took the lion's share of it as normal. And Jennifer showed up. Jennifer and Ashley Carr and Fish, Ashley's husband. They come got barbecue Friday. Lexi and I worked that Friday, and then Chrissy come down Saturday and helped. And so it wasn't bad. No, I mean, it's just one of them deals. I mean, it's vending. We ran some briskets back to Lubbock on Friday night, and come back, got into a hell of a hailstorm. I can tell you that. My truck don't look so good right now. It got the crap beat out of it. But
well, you got full coverage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna give it about probably another month. Make sure we're good. Yeah. Get her all fixed up before we go to the Royal, I guess.
Well, you're gonna be the Lone Ranger at the Royal if I don't win one this week.
Well, I guess you know what your job is.
I guess so. That's been my job for about the last 11 months, and I ain't made it happen yet. So.
Yeah, I'm not understanding this. I'm having a hard time with this, really.
Yeah, me too. I don't know.
I mean, I didn't start till April.
I just need to retire, I guess. I don't know what the hell to do.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I was worried about it because I really didn't get going till April. And, I got really fortunate. I mean, honest to goodness. I mean, we hit it twice, and I don't know. I mean, it's kind of that funny deal. I mean, I've been right where you've been. I've been knocking on the door with 1 point. I had that for about a year and a half. Matter of fact, the year that you went up and cooked, the last time you cooked the Royal, I cooked the open only because I wasn't qualified. And I went over a year like that. Second place, third place, and it's like, holy shit, 1 point every damn week.
Yeah, I'm not going to the roll if I can't cook both days. It's just not happening.
Yeah. I tell you the reason why we were doing it. We were doing it one way or another. I mean, this is Lexi's last year, so we were going.
Right.
But and may I don't know. You know, that's the other part about this. And I mean, I hate to say this, but you know, sometimes when the pressure's off, I mean, I had the pressure on me to a certain degree, but I mean, I'd already made up my mind. I mean, we were going, she was going to cook regardless. And, you know, so maybe that was, you know, I don't know. Maybe that helped. I don't know. But I don't know. I've been there. I've been there more than once. I know where you're at. And it seems like sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
Man, I got to quit changing shit up too. I've been.
You gotta quit changing shit up. Yes.
I've been trying to change shit and do shit and make shit work. It just keeps going farther downhill. I don't know.
Yeah. There is that too.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well.
You know, that's the deal. I mean, you know, you gotta remember that. I mean, you know, we talk about that, you preach it all the damn time. But it's always hard when it's right there with you. Because I've been there too. I've done it. And that is the hardest thing. You can tell people that all day long and be right about it. And then when it comes to you, you told me that last week you were doing it. And I was like, and she like, yep. I mean, I knew some shit that Tammy didn't even know.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Bud said you can go with him.
yeah, I know. So who knows? It's one of those. It's one of those weird deals. We'll see what happens. I got 2 more cooks, and then the rest of July to figure something out for the jack. Because if I get into the jack, I'm not cooking a roll anyways. So I can't take off for both.
I understand.
So if I get
I'm pretty safe on the jack part of it, probably. So
you never know.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna give it hell this weekend because I am.
Yeah, well, you got another thing coming there. I got both days showed up. I think.
All right. Okay.
Both days.
I'll take that.
Okay.
We'll take that. But you know how that works. So if I go there, you're going with me.
All right, let's get it.
Okay.
All right, we got it.
Deal.
All right, deal.
Told you how it works. It don't matter.
I know. I know. Dad's got a 1 in 5 shot at it.
Yep.
So.
You know, I got a funny email the other night from Lynn Shivers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wanted me to document both of my grants for the jack. I don't know if something's changed or something happened. I don't think there has been, but maybe there is. I don't know.
Document them, huh?
I went online and I filled them out. I don't know.
That's odd.
It was odd. Because she put out an email, or she put out a post today on Facebook that said if you had a qualifier, then do it.
And you got to register yourself. Did you go on the website and register yourself for the Jack Daniels?
Yep.
Okay.
I did. She sent me an email. I'll read it to you. I got this like Thursday. Let's see here. I got my invitation for the Royal Friday. Let's see here. Let's see. I can find it real quick.
But what?
You don't realize how many damn emails you get, but shit, I get, right here. No. Well, so I got this at the 17th at 9 o'clock at night. Cooks, congratulations on your qualified for the Jack Daniels lottery.
Okay.
I work with Jack Daniels every year to make sure all of our cooks that are qualified get their invitation and place in the Texas draw. IBCA events held outside of Texas. There are several that hadn't filled out an attached form, and if you don't fill it out, you won't get your invitation. Also, if you win more than once, you must fill out the form again. This is just another opportunity for the possibility of being in the draw.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
And no, that email goes out every year, Lance. I've got that one every year.
You got that from Lynn?
Yes, sir.
Well, I filled it out because I've always done it. You know, this is only two that I know of that I've never qualified for personally.
So I think it's that I think they just want to double check and make sure everybody gets their chance. But yeah, I got that email the last couple of years as well.
Damn, that's the first time I've ever gotten it.
Okay.
I've always just filled out the paperwork online and been done.
Well, used to your head judge would fill out a paper and you would have to go online and do that.
Yeah. So originally, back in the day, when I first started cooking, when I got my first one in 2013, you actually got it in the mail. I mean, I've got an actual copy with the gold seal and everything on it. Actually, I think I got a couple of them. Then it went to an email form that you got it. You filled it out with the head judge at the contest, and you got it. And then the last couple times that I've done it is they sent you a link, and you had to go on there and fill it out.
That's cool.
So that's what I mean, what did you do last year? You went online to fill it.
Yeah, we had to go online and fill out the link and send it in. And then Lynn sent me an email to confirm. We had to confirm it and do all that kind of stuff. But
see, I've never had that from Lynn. I've never had a confirmation from Lynn. So that what that means to me was that she was having to verify that was a state championship.
That's correct. And she told me that when we won Cops for Kids last year, she said she had to verify all that stuff for the Jack.
See, the ones that I've always done, they already had a proclamation, so there wasn't an issue. So maybe that wasn't a state championship. Maybe that had to have 50 teams.
It did. I mean, there was like 117, so there was no questions asked. But yeah.
Well, like I said, because that's the first time I've ever gotten an email from Lynn. That's absolutely the first time. So I thought, well, what the hell? I mean, I'm going to go ahead and fill them out. Maybe something changed. Hell.
Well,
if it did.
We got Mr. Ralph Williams in the back studio over here.
Oh, yeah.
We can bring Ralph in and talk a little KCBS for a minute and get off the Jack Daniels talk. So let me add him into the stream. Put him in here. Can you hear
it? What's happening?
You live, Ralph? Can you hear us?
I can hear you well, yes.
Awesome. Good deal. Well, we just wanted to bring you in and talk a little bit about Lance and I went on a little tangent earlier and talked a little bit about the upcoming KCBS elections. And we just went out there and said we're endorsing Ralph Williams.
I appreciate it.
Talked about why, and we just thought we might get you in for a minute to talk to us a little bit, give us kind of your platform, and updates on KCBS and what's going on that side of the world?
Well, KCBS has got lots of things going on, obviously, and there are some things that are happening within KCBS that I think now's the time that if I can get on the board, I'd like to help move those things. We're working with the seating program. We're working with the scoring program. We're talking about things such as the invitational game that we had last February. Lots of little things are in the works that I would like to be part of to see them improve and make it better for cooks and judges and organizers. It's a composite of all of us. We've all got to work together on this thing. And I agree with a lot of the things they do, but also I reserve the right to disagree agreeably. As long as we can come together consensus, I think we have to take a look at who we're working for and not, because we work for the cooks, we work for the organizers. And I think it's critical that we take care of those people.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And that's a big deal right there, is making sure everybody can come together and make a consensus.
Yes.
There's no right way, wrong way. There's no perfect system. There never will be. But as long as everybody can be in agreement, we'll make it work.
Well, too many of them get in there with an agenda. I really don't have an agenda. I think we have to take a look at each item, explore it. Let's don't make any rash, quick decisions. If we're going to put something out there, let's make sure it works and operates thoroughly, properly before it gets out there, and we're making wholesale changes as we go along. I just like things to work before we get it out there.
I agree.
One of the things we're looking at is, we're changing the scoring program. It's got bugs in it still. We're going back to the seating program starting this coming weekend, the random, computer seating. So there's some bugs in that still. Those kinds of things I'd like to see us work out before we ever get there.
Yeah, the seating issue has been a big deal lately. I don't understand what was wrong with our old seating program, but I didn't have to deal with it. You did. But I kind of like the computerized seating program. And
the old seating program did not read all the information correctly. One of the things you have to think about, for example, you judged 30 contests, but you judged the same contest for 30 years and you only judged one. Or is your scoring as valid as the guy who's done 30 contests in 1 year and you both have the same scoring average? Who has the more valid score? Well, the program didn't read that. It didn't read your experience into it, where this new system is supposed to be reading experience into it. So there's lots of little things that were happening. It was taking, for example, your scores off your ancillaries, and it was sometimes rolling it into it and changing your average score there, so it wasn't giving you a true reading on that. So those are the little things this new program is supposed to have gotten worked out, so we have a truer seating ability based on your scoring average. Little things like that make a big difference. Well, we're going to roll it out this weekend.
I would never even thought about that, but I mean, how many 180s do you have in dessert?
Well,
seconds.
That's my argument about 180s is if you've got 6 180s, do we put them all on one table or do we put 2 tables of 3? You put 2 tables of 3, you're going to have 4 to 6 180s. It's not really a competition to me. Where if you put all 6 of them on one table, now you're going to have a competition that should be. So you got to look at your numbers you set up, how you set the tables up, how many are going to be on each table. Makes a big difference.
That makes a heck of a difference.
In barbecue, we will not put less than 4 boxes on a table. Never. Hate it. I like to go 5 or more, but sometimes you get pushed with that. But we will never put less than 4 on a table. It's just not good judging.
No, I would agree with that, Ralph. And on the other side of that, how is the current board structured? I guess you have to have 9 board members. There's only 8.
Right.
So is that why the special election is coming?
Yes. Yeah. The requirements require 9 board members to make a quorum. The last one resigned, so it leaves them with 8, leaves them hanging out there with needing another person. They've had 3 resign, 4 resign. Not good. Some are changing work, some for health, some just couldn't handle it time-wise. So I think a person that's going to commit to the board has got to have time and wants to make that commitment. I think it's critical that they want to be there.
Well, you and Karen are about as committed to people as I've ever seen in KCBS. I mean, y'all do this week in, week out. You fly all across the country. You help, rep these contests. You help the organizers get set up. You're the embodiment of KCBS. Y'all bring it to the table.
Well, we want it to be right when we run it. Being a school people, being in administration, her being a teacher and senior sponsor, things that we do, we want to be right when it rolls out there. And we want to be the best for everybody that's going to be involved in it. It just makes things run smooth, looks good, and people are happier that way. If you're ready to go when you get there, you won't have any problems. Just like, for example, we're going out this weekend. Tonight, we packed all of our equipment. We have all of our supplies and stuff sitting here ready to go. So we're already tuned up and ready to roll. Pre-playing.
Well, I wish I could say the same. I'm sure. Are you going to Artesia this weekend?
Yes, sir. Be out there.
Okay, I'll see you there. But I haven't even trimmed chicken or nothing yet, so I'm not even as prepared as you are.
Well,
so hopefully by Wednesday or Thursday, I'll be there. But
of course, on my end of it's paper stuff, so I can stack paper pretty quick. That's easy. How many? Yeah, we only have 31 out there so far. Maybe 34 or 5 when we're done. We need some more teams over at West Texas.
Well, you got me and Lance coming. I know I'm on the list. I don't know if Lance is on the list yet.
On the list. Boomerang's on the list.
Yes.
I'm sure Buckshot, George Valerio,
Clark's coming.
And, Joe.
Yeah.
Rolling Smoke.
This contest used to run 75 teams.
Yes.
It's slowly gone down a little over the time, and 12,000 is not a bad payout each day, guys.
Oh, no, it's a great payout.
Great payout.
But this is what I say. This is where we go back to is that, it's like West Texas. We just don't have a lot of cooks.
Right.
This is just some of that validation that, us going into some of this other stuff that we're looking at, like Texas Barbecue Association stuff to try to drive from this.
Yeah.
We're going to have to because we just don't have it out here.
Well, one of the things that's in the works as we speak, they're adding 2 new reps out of Texas. And interesting, I asked and I said, why are we adding 2 in Texas? Well, we heard rumor that West Texas is getting ready to blow up with a ton of contests and we want to be ready. I said, well, they're working on moving that direction, but I said, they're not there yet. But they're adding 2 more Texas. You'll have 6 within a 50-mile radius of each other. They're coming out to train with us this weekend. So
okay,
just be aware there'll be some more on the schedule.
Okay. Well, I think it'd be great to meet them and stuff. And like I said, you guys have done a great job. The McKinnons. There's a bunch of you guys that do a great job. And
well, Karen and I talked about even this week. She said, Texas, we really enjoy going out there. We were the only reps in Texas for years. We've met a lot of the guys. We know everybody out through there. We really enjoy going to Texas. And she and I both agree, you guys are one of our first shots. You need us, we're going to be there. So if you ask for us, we're going to be committed to you right up front. So put us on. We're there for you.
Buddy, I appreciate that. Like I said, there's a lot of deals that we do have in the works, and we're working on some things. And, this is something completely different than what is going on in Texas for years.
Yes.
And, it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of commitment from a lot of people.
Right.
Promoters, cooks, judges, representatives, all of it. And but I think that it's worth it, and I think we can make it happen.
Oh, I do too. I think it's one of those progresses. It's not going to happen overnight. We're going to have to work it, massage it, talk to those organizers and make sure that they're on board with it, and tell them we're going to guide you along. We're not going to let you make mistakes. We're going to tell you every step of the way what to make it do to come out right for you. That's our goal. Make it come out right.
I'm going to tell you this. It's like Plainview. I've heard nothing but positive stuff come out of Plainview.
Good.
From the promoters, talking to you. Everybody really liked what went on there this year. So I think that's a great thing. And and like I said, it's going to take a little bit more of that.
Yes.
To get that out there for people to see it and understand it, understand what's going on. It's not bashing one organization versus the other.
No.
At the end of the day, is what's best for our promoters, our cooks,
right,
and everybody out there involved.
We just offer a little bit of a different product that's more detailed, and the cooks seem to really enjoy that. They know where they stand, how they scored, and it gives them a little more something to go back and practice on.
Well, and I'll tell you, I mean, I've had several IBCA cooks. We'll see how this goes. You know how this is. A lot of guys talk a lot of times.
Yeah.
When I started cooking KCBS, I mean, I was, way back in 2012, there wasn't a lot. Me, Kirk Pittman,
Right.
Maybe another one or two. I mean, of course, I mean, Danny Mikes and some of them guys, but, it has really progressed. And, once them guys actually jump out there and they cook one or two and they see the difference of it, they're like, man, I love it.
Yeah.
But that's the hardest part, is getting them to actually commit and come cook.
Yes.
Once you get them in there and they see it, they love it.
I think they enjoy it. And I think the hardest part for them really when they get in there is the timing. That every 30 minutes is tough, and it's not like that 2 hours in between. So that's, I think, to me, is a hard part for them, to pull the timing in.
But, like I said, it's like I've always told it, and I tell everybody this. I've cooked IBC events where it was an hour turn-ins. I've cooked them an hour and a half. I've cooked two-hour events.
Yeah.
It's all about time management. And, I mean, time building spreadsheets and stuff like that when you first start out are huge. I mean, first few years I competed, I have spreadsheets for everything I did.
Yeah. I've walked in
you have them calls.
When you walk in a trailer and it's mounted on a wall, 10 o'clock I do this, 10:15 I do this, and so on. It is critical. That's right.
I still do it. I still write on my whiteboard. I have actually built literally a binder. Matt has seen it this year. I mean, I've gone that far and built a binder this year with all that information in it.
Sure.
What I need to do. And I'm going to tell you, it has been great.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to say that. I really like being chaotic.
Yeah.
I like showing up at 1 o'clock in the morning and throwing shit around and, doing my deal.
Yeah.
But, it has been. So, that, like I said, that's a lot of it for these guys. I mean, it's something new. It's something different. They're a little scared of it. But hell, if I can do it, Matt can do it.
Right. But I really
can do it.
They like that results in their hand. Hey, this is how this judge scored you. This is how this judge scored you. Here's some comment cards to help you out. I think those little tangibles like that are things that really help them out.
Oh, yeah. It'll piss you off, but you'll be like, you know what? I go back, I look at that stuff, I evaluate it. And, there are things that it makes me think about my cook. And then there's things that I go back and say, you know what? Okay, I get that. You know what? I could have done this better.
Right.
Because, it does. There's some issues there. And you sit there and you look at it. Once you had time to sit down, and Matt and I do it, you sit down, you go back, you look at it, and you think, well, you know what? All right. So maybe I didn't quite get where I needed to be on this or do that. And they caught it. I mean, then there are days that like, man, you know what? I turned in something that was pure shit.
Yeah.
And they're like, and I got rewarded. And, and I'm going, and you laugh about it because it's like, that was crap.
Well, see, I like it when you come up and you said, I want to know that's the best cook I've ever had. I've turned in the best chicken I've ever had. You guys knocked me in the dirt. I don't have a comment card. I said, man, that's all I can do. And next week I see you said, honestly, my chicken last week was pretty bad. I said, you chewed me out last week, but this week you're telling me it's bad. So come on, guys.
I mean, in the heat of the moment, sometimes, I mean, you're like that, but when you have time to go back and reflect on some things, think about your cook.
Yeah. Yes.
Think about what you did.
Right.
I mean, go back and look at pictures. That's why I take pictures of boxes.
Absolutely.
I always look at my boxes and I look at it and I think, okay, yeah, that looks like hell.
Yeah.
Not as bad as that damn box I've seen today with the paint stripes down it. Didn't even look like it had skin. They were all on size. Travis Clark came out and said, that looks like shit. And I mean, we're second place in chicken this week.
Oh, God, I tell you.
And, I'm sitting there going, oh, wow. I mean, it was that was probably one of the baddest boxes that I've seen
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, some guys kind of helped him out a little bit, and I understand that. But you know, Travis was like, yeah, that was shit. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. You go, you know, you did not deserve second place. Hell, you know, I'd like to see what the dead ass last box looked like.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Well,
know?
Lance, I've won with 3 weeks ago. I won with burnt chicken.
Yeah.
It wasn't burnt.
And I've won with chicken that was great. I won with chicken that shouldn't be there. You know, we control every aspect of that cook until we hand it to the judges, and
Yeah.
then you just have to let go because
that's where it falls apart.
you know I can't sit there and tell the judge why this is good or why that one sucks. You know, you just got to let them judge it, and you can't put a number on taste. It's not like we're in a drag race where you can have a definitive winner or loser. You have taste and texture, and that's different to every mouth, every taste bud.
So is the word average.
That's true. What is average barbecue?
That's right.
You know, I think Lance's is average barbecue, and mine's better. But you know it's one of those things. So
now here's something I'd like to do, and I haven't got it approved yet. I'd like to have a cook do 2 turn-in boxes, exact same box, different numbers, run them on the same table. For example, positions 1 and 5, put them on there and see how the judges judge the exact same thing off the same pit from the same cook with the same box on the same table and see how much difference there is in the scoring. I think that would really test validity.
1 + 2 = 7.
That's right.
Yeah,
So,
we have done something like that, sort of.
yeah, that's where I would love to get into some of that, but and again, I don't want to get in too bad of trouble for pulling stuff.
But okay, all right. So let's go here. So I mean, I'm with you on that, and I agree with this to some degree. So you know, it's kind of like we did your judging class this year.
Yeah.
You know, Matt and I did the cooking for it.
Yes.
And which you said that it was a lot different than what y'all normally do, which
it's better.
scared the living hell out of me. I mean, we are both certified judges. And I mean, I understand parts of it, but you know, we could even do something like that in one of them classes.
Yes, you sure could.
You know, I mean, just to see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, then no one was in trouble, but it would be interesting to see that because, you know, I'm not going to say a lot about this, but Matt and I have run this experiment technically in IBCA.
Okay.
That's why, you know, and we'll tell you someday, 1 + 2 = 7.
Well, I agree.
We'll tell you the math behind that off the air.
Yeah. Like my wife, my former superintendent said, I can make numbers say anything you want to. So, you know, just
I'll tell you this: there's one cook still pissed off at us about this whole thing.
Well, you know, and honestly, the meat you all provided for the class was so far and above better than most 99% of the stuff. What we get was unbelievable. We get some serious trash that comes in there. I mean, it's bad. Yours was great.
This is what I say about that whole deal and this is what I don't understand. And this is where I'm a little bit, that part bothers me because to me, if you're teaching these people to judge bad barbecue in the very beginning,
yeah,
you're just starting off in the wrong direction to begin with.
Right. I'm skewing the scoring. It skews the scoring right off the handle.
Yeah, I mean, so to me, if they start off with good barbecue, you know, and I guess this goes back to this whole other debate about, you know, well, we start out at a 9 and we go down, or we start out at a 6 and we go up.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's another one of them situations that, okay, well, you know, I want to believe that Matt and I, what we cook, we start out at 9s, you go down. But if this other stuff is on that other side of it, and they truly are 6s and they're having to go up, then how does that work?
Well, you bring in the bad food, and they get a taste of bad food, and they say, well, this is bad barbecue. When they get into a competition where they got guys like you, and so the big guys cooking, they get good food, it automatically skews the scoring higher. Because, well, if I tasted class, this was a 6 in class, and this is a 9, everything I'm getting is a 9. So you just skew the scoring to make it higher.
Oh, so what you're saying is we kind of screwed ourselves by getting them good barbecue in the beginning.
Yeah, you may get lower scores in the competition.
See?
It's reversed.
That's what happened, Matt.
That's it, buddy.
That's it. That's why Walker won. That little sneaky Walker.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we're gonna have to talk with Walker about this.
Yeah.
We're gonna tell him he owes us on this deal.
There you go. Well,
All right, guys. We've hit our time here. I ain't trying to cut everybody short, but Ralph, you got anything to close us out with before we get out of here?
Anybody's out there, the voting starts tomorrow, and if you would consider me for your vote, I would be much appreciative. Regardless of who you vote for, exercise your right to vote, because if you don't vote, don't complain later on. But I really think if you vote, then you've got more of a right to say anything than anybody else. So go vote. That's it.
Couldn't agree with you more, Ralph. Everybody, I've publicly endorsed Ralph. Hope y'all vote for him.
Yep.
He's my vote. Want to give a little shout out to some people that make this happen. The Barbecue Vandals, West Texas Pitmasters, Kiss My Rack, Green Mountain Grills, Meat Church, Oak Ridge Barbecue, Sweet Smoke Q, all the guys out there in the barbecue world that kind of make the day-to-day wheels turn here. We appreciate your help, support. Thanks for coming on, Ralph. Thanks, Lance. You got anything, Lance, to close us?
No, sir. I mean, like I said, I appreciate Ralph coming on, and I think you guys are doing a great job. Look forward to seeing you this weekend.
We'll be there.
And if there's something we can do, I will be the late one, probably rolling in Friday night as usual.
No problem. We'll be there to help you any way you need. Inspect meat and bring boxes. We're there.
All right, buddy.
All right.
I enjoyed it. Thanks for everybody coming in. Thanks for everybody listening. And everybody have a good week.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see y'all this weekend. Thank you.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah.